I got a little bit ways through this new Smashing Pumpkins album, and I figured, you know what, we're gonna make this one a video. Smashing Pumpkins is a band that, while I can't exactly say I'm the hugest fan of, I do really adore some of their albums. More particularly Siamese Dream. I think that one is my favorite out of their classic run of albums. Gish would come in at second. Melancholy's good. I would say it's a little bit on the longer side, and there's more songs in that one that I skip. Adore is, well, it's Adore, but it has songs. Shame is my favorite one off of that album, for example. And there's some Smashing Pumpkins songs down the line, like Tarantula, that I end up enjoying, but for the most part, you're better off stopping at Adore. But that's not what Smashing Pumpkins did, as evident by this new album here, which is another one of Billy Corgan's art pieces. Look, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy somebody who gets really creative and has a lot of creative control and, is allowed to express their ideas in certain ways. But you gotta have people to keep that in check. You gotta have people that you can, send a song to and say, hey, honest opinions here, what do you think of this? And that person has to be like, man... But I'm guessing Smashing Pumpkins doesn't have that either. As was, of course, evident with their previous album, Sir? Not to mention the length of that one. And here we have Autumn, which has two versions on Spotify. One that's like an hour and a half, which is Act 1 and 2. And then you have a 2-hour, 18-minute version of the album, which is actually the same thing, but with another one at the end. Which one do you think I'm listening to? See, here's the thing with albums that are critically on the lower side of things. When I listen to those, I don't really go into it expecting to hear good albums. I just go into it expecting to find some gems in the rough. And if not some actual whole gems in the rough, then partial ones, The one thing I want to do is have an enjoyable listening experience. It doesn't matter if the album is bad or not. Like, yeah, I could listen to Greta Van Fleet, but I don't really want to because I wouldn't find that enjoyable. I would absolutely listen to the new Corey Feldman album, though, if I had the time. To prevent things from going too far off the rails, I thought that this new album, Autumn, would, it wouldn't be great, but it would have some nice little soundscapes here and there. It might have some nice synth effects. Billy Corgan... Okay, he's gonna sound like Billy Corgan, but you know what? At least there should be something to this album. And one song in... Oh man, the synths were so stock. They sound like they hadn't been adjusted at all. Like, they still had the wow modulation that, most synths come with, like, right out of the box. Not to mention the guitars sounded like they could have been, put onto some fucking 80s glam release. But it wasn't until the second track that I realized, okay, this is actually kind of video worthy. I'm only part ways through it right now, but the thing is that I'm not actually going to, play the whole entire album. No, I'm just gonna go off of somewhere in the second track onwards because I don't think I want to re-listen to that first track. I also just noticed that these lyrics are also kind of dumb as fuck. So far, Butterfly Suite sounds like Gen Z Moody Blues, and in all the wrong reasons. Like, I know what Billy Corgan's going for, but this just, man.
It's morning till good morning. Good morning till you sun. Days swept tears
I'm not gonna make fun of Billy Corgan's voice too much. I just kind of had to throw the joke in there because, funny. Haha. No, but really, from what I read of these lyrics here, what is this cloudy with a chance of meatballs pop rock? Okay, cool, you have some pleasant lyrics here. They're quite poetic. I mean, what else is Billy Corgan gonna do? But the strings in the background, the stock-ass drum progression, I mean... you don't have to do much with drums, but, if you're gonna have no points of, interest anywhere else, at least put some in the drums. Okay, I guess all in all, I can't say that that was too bad of a song. It's forgettable, definitely. I don't mind the actual progression of the tune. It's just I don't think the mixing is necessarily that bad. It's just that there's no flavor to anything. It all sounds like it just are kind of like digital demos in a way. This is like white bread pop rock. Also, I couldn't help but think whenever he said believe, he was gonna just immediately go into Tonight Tonight. This next one is called The Good in Goodbye. I hope that looks better on the camera than it actually felt. No, you know what? I'm actually kind of surprised. I am actually liking the way this song is sounding so far. That being said, I'm sure that if I just re-listened to the prior albums, I would find this in abundance. But you know what? Without any context behind the Smashing Pumpkins journey up till this point, I would think, hey, this is actually kind of a good song. This is coming from somebody who's like skipped everything past Zeitgeist. These lyrics don't make sense. Oh man, how many times is he gonna say those lyrics? Okay, now that I'm actually listening to more of the song and getting more used to it, maybe it's because the prior two songs were kind of snooze fests. Something's gonna fall over there. But now that I hear more, hearing this kind of just reminds me of Ready to Go by Limp Bizkit. I'm not necessarily a fan of Billy Corgan playing it safe. Like, once again, even though that there's more going on in this song than on previous tracks, I'm saying this 3 tracks in, what am I talking about? Like, if Billy Corgan was not on the vocals for this, I'd think this is like Nickelback or some shit. And that's not a direct insult to his writing, I just kind of hear it that way. Alright, Kirk Whammett, slow down.
He's ground into the common. He's into the cock.
No, hold up. What did you say before? He's grown still and born this great repast. Where I know you don't have to rhyme. I know it's technically more interesting if you don't rhyme, hence why I'm talking about it right now. But this is kind of fucking with the flow. Oh, that's right. He's mourning thorn with morn. Never mind, I didn't actually perceive that. No, stop. Thank you. Thank you for stopping. No. I'd rather not, thank you. What the fuck? What is this, Billy's Wonderland? No, it's just Corey Feldman.
I believed I was lonely. Said the knife to the spoon. I believed I was.
Never mind, I guess this is going to be a concept album about that Metallica album, Fork, Spoon, and Knife. If you know, you know. Okay, so let's feast on this rage. I realized said the knife to the spoon, which feast, okay. So what the fuck is this shit in between it? Is this literally a concept album about fork, spoon, and knife? Unleash what allays our muse. I realize I'd believed what was lonely in you. I realized said the knife to the spoon. I believed what was lonely in the spoon? Said the knife to the spoon. When does a knife and a spoon ever interact with each other? Like, what dish is there where you eat it with a knife and a spoon? Usually it's a fork and a knife, right? Because you, like, you know, you stab a piece of meat or vegan chicken. Don't you usually have to, like, stab the meat or vegan meat replacement with, like, a fork and then use a knife to actually cut off the piece that you're stabbing with the fork? What the fuck are you gonna do with a knife and a spoon? Are you gonna scoop something up with a spoon and then, like, shave off the top of it with a knife? What the hell? What, are you afraid of your ice cream bite? You're just gonna scrape it off the top? Or maybe you know, stab something with a knife and then you're using the fucking spoon to cut it? I believe what was lonely in the— what the fuck is lonely in the spoon anyways? The spoon has a lot of uses. It is used so much in food. Not even just for the simple act of eating food, but also for stirring it, also for, you know, distributing it into other people's bowls or plates or whatever the fuck you're eating it with, a fucking knife and a spoon. I digress. Anyways. What? I realize it's only the lonely who should lose. Don't lonely people already have not much to lose compared to people who aren't lonely? You know, a lonely person and a not lonely person can have the exact same material belongings, but the non-lonely person has friends. Or maybe they're not even just lonely people in general. Maybe they're lonely in the moment. Oh my god, Drew, you're looking so far into this. It's not that serious. It's just that he wants you to take it seriously. Genius can go fuck itself. No, 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 no. What?
Fools across the cosmos show me what always my doom.
No. What? The knife and the spoon barely interact with each other. Okay, maybe there is one application. The baked potato. But that's only, like, separate uses. You don't eat a baked potato with a knife and a spoon. You prepare a baked potato. You know, a knife to cut open the potato. Maybe a separate knife if you want to spread some butter in there. Not spread, but, you know, drop some butter in there. Use a spoon for the sour cream. Or better yet, use a spoon as well, obviously after you've gotten the sour cream, to mix it all in together. But for the knife to say, to show me what might always do— I've had you beside to show me what always might do. That's not really believable, because the knife and the spoon do not interact with each other. It may be something from like a foreign culinary dish or something, but something tells me that Billy Corgan's not coming from that direction. I will say I do kind of like this instrumental too. At first it was kind of annoying, but you know, I'm kind of warming up to at least this section of it. It reminds me kind of like— I realize that real eyes see real lies. This song is called With a Door I Door. Shut up, Billy Corgan. I gotta respond to this shit. Okay. With chimes that peal of midnight. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that peal in this case means, you know, sounding like. If you're gonna say that chimes sound like midnight,
What have we won? And love is a crime.
big ups, homie. I love your take on the LGBT rights situation in this country with this lyric, and you know, I gotta say, I'm really loving this album so far. You know what? This album is—
As long as I read ever songs. Can't God, we're lonely where you're lost. But something's one that wins. So haze.
I don't know. I really don't know. Do I continue to like the direction that it goes in, because at least it's providing some decent chord progressions over a basic but doable rock beat? Sorry, 2010s pop rock beat, which is something that I'm not entirely against. I mean, it's been working well the last few times I heard it. Do I continue to like that, or do I come to the realization that this is actually kind of crap? I mean, come on. What are these lyrics? And the instrumental's not doing enough to stand out to make me re-listen to this song in spite of the lyrics.
I disappear untraced. Just can't watch.
My mind is open to the possibility that a lot of the lyrics on this album are somewhat to do with his personal life. I mean, artists write lyrics that are based on their personal life to varying degrees all the time, that the audience doesn't really pick up on until later. I'm gonna cut back from doing a lot of the lyrical reactions, I think, for most of the songs. Or maybe I won't, maybe I'll continue doing them because there's nothing really else to talk about this album so far. I mean, that's literally been the main thing that I've been doing. But in case there is some sort of like deep history behind how the lyrics are written, I don't want to slam that. Got lyrics on this other screen as well as my phone in case for some reason my left eye or right eye go out and I need to see with, one eye. I don't think I actually did hear how it ended. I don't think it even ended. I think it just kind of stopped. This next song is called Hooligan.
If it's us and them, our heroes have to fight. Whoa, 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 hooligan.
God, this sounds like Bionicle Rock.
Whoa,
Alright. Yeah, no, I was right, this is Bionicle Rock. New from LEGO Bionicle. Assemble the Toa Metru figurine set. Send them into action against the evil Konorak. And make sure Makuta... I'm a hoe again?
I'm a hooligan.
No, you're not.
If you're more cold, errors are not excuse.
Because if none says all, then nothing's ever real as I might excuse. I mean, yeah, technically true, because if everything was attributed to nothing, then everything wouldn't be everything. You can't make a thing from nothing, so if everything was attributed to nothing, then that everything, by law of, the United States of America, just can't exist. Who's gonna pay for it? You're not. Who is this song made for? The lyrics are too artsy to be taken by any mainstream listener, and any artsy listener of this is going to be put back by how generic and mainstream this song sounds. Unless you're like a diehard Smashing Pumpkins and or Billy Corgan solo fan, I don't know who this song is trying to appeal to other than you. Does it appeal to goth girls? No. Does it apply to edgy boys? No. Is this for Bionicle fans? Because we have Cryo Shell at home. Meanwhile, at home... I have turned myself into a nondescript mass of flesh, and therefore that is what I will sound like for the rest of this review. Next. The song is called Somewhere in Time. We're Paramore, but we're not actually Paramore. Because if we were Paramore, we wouldn't have made a door. Where's this going? Is there gonna be any payoff to anything? I don't mean payoff in where this song is going. Obviously it has a few build-ups and payoffs so far, but I mean an actual payoff into this album. There are so far no great songs. There's maybe one and a half enjoyable moments on this album. So far at least.
Of new dreams, the hours to
They're dissing the Decemberists, are they? Risen to the fore, yet rotten to our core. I thought good apples also floated, didn't they? Well, that was not that great either. The riff was so repetitive. Da 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 da. Like, I get it, it's a rhythm guitar riff, but like, god damn it, what the fuck were you doing? Why? Sha-la-la, sha-la-la. No, this one is called Where Rain Must Fall.
Still far. As glad rags wander the town. I'm coming to roust you. What's in behind it? Better to live and talk on a starway. So infernal, how as it's on.
We're changing gears. I'm gonna switch the album version. Trust me, this is honestly a health decision.
Kerosene. It can't be raised.
Okay, so I did kind of like the build up to that. I thought that it was kind of going for a more classical, sort of Disney-fied classical, albeit, but, you know, still classical kind of progression. More kind of unpredictable relative to what, you know, we've been hearing. But then it drops into this ass pop beat, butt pop, if you will. Starway to the star. You mean stairway? Did you fuck up how it's spelled? Did you actually fuck up the spelling when you wrote it down and you actually sang it like Starway? Are you fucking kidding me? Nope, apparently not. Yeah. We're gonna go to the nearest star, and we're gonna have a starway to do it. It's made out of stars, because there's more stars than we thought. It actually is a bunch of little stars making up a starway into the first available star, even though the first available star would be actually the first star in the starway.
Whirling in how to do. Stars.
Okay, so if the song went like percussionless, it wouldn't necessarily be better, because then it has its own problem of potentially being even more boring than it currently is. But at least if you change the productions, like, you guys still have a drummer, right? You know, like, you still employ a drummer in the Smashing Pumpkins. Like, couldn't you just, like, you know, because now this section without the percussions is also actually kind of interesting. And I'm starting to think that the only problem I have now is the bland-ass pop instrumental. You can even keep the weird synth strings for all I care. It makes up part of the melody, that's fine, but the percussions in general, point being made, change the drums.
A starway to the.
Oh, is this gonna be a trap beat? Okay, this is okay. You know, actually, on listening to this a bit more, I guess I don't mind. I kind of had a visceral reaction to it because I thought, oh shit, it's gonna sound like this from this point onwards. No, I think this is another kind of bland milquetoast track in the list. It's, you know, it's not bad, but it's not awful either. This is coming from somebody who, by the way, has skipped through the last about third of the song, because literally all it is a repeat of things that have been said before and sung before, and I'm not actually going to sit through the full 4 minutes and 15 seconds of this song if all there is at the end is repetition. This is coming from somebody who loves repetition in his music, but only when it sounds appealing to begin with. Wow, I love this new Silver Sun pickup song. I'm not going to say that a 4 on the floor beat is, you know, a bad idea for this kind of song. I mean, it's worked before, but just the riff, really? This riff sounds like something that like Jared Dines or Tyler Larson would come up with if they were tasked with creating like a grunge song. Or no, scratch that, a stoner metal song. Should I even, like, do genuine reactions anymore? Should I just, like, keep skipping through this and just whatever I land on, I'll do a reaction of? I mean, that's kind of what I'm feeling like right now. I'm skipping this song. If I'm gonna make it through this album, even in its shorter length, I'm gonna have to skip, because this so far is actually kind of boring and tedious, and I maybe should have thought of that before I actually thought to start looking for diamonds in the rough. Diamonds in the shit. The song is called Hooray. Hooray! We skipped the last song.
Out on the plains of Chickamauga, rode a lassie night, could last so straight.
What the fuck is this? What is this progressive cowpoke disco? Out on the plains of Chickamauga, rode a lass whose night could last so straight. What?
Rode a lassie night, could last so straight.
Rode a lass whose night could last so.
A Valentine arriving on Fairway, boxing, rose skipped it locking.
Okay, alright. I wanted something different. I got something different. I can't complain. And this is entertaining. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, this is actually a point of interest. I'm actually interested in hearing the rest of what this song has to offer. It's not it's not really good, but you know what? My chief complaint about this album is being addressed. So let's keep going on with this.
Giddy up and up, right off the page.
Okay.
Mercy me, oh mercy mine, a clementine, that lasts you last on strains.
So, out on the hills of Chickamauga. Damn it, my beer's gone flat. I get the themes that the song is setting up. Like, this is one of the few songs where I actually, you know, start to understand at least details of what Billy Corgan's talking about. But the way it's delivered is such like in a novelty sort of way where it's like,
so giddy up and chucking found you. Giddy up and up, right off the page. This rose won't fade. This rose won't fade.
please, now that you've said it twice where the lyrics page only shows it once, do not repeat this until the end of the goddamn song, because there's still 1:20. No. Let's see, carry the 2, then you subtract the 3, and then carry that 2 over. Wait, no, you don't carry the 2 because it's a minute timer. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I skipped to the end of the song. No, I'm joking. We're gonna continue with it.
This rose won't fade. This rose won't fade.
No. Okay. Okay. Okay, you don't have to fade out for that long. I would definitely cut that section out and made it an interlude, so that way the next time I listen to anything off this album, I can skip straight to that portion without having to first hear the beginning of Hooray. That song was something that, while it was standout, and while it did have points of interest, and also while it did have points where I actually caught on to what the fuck Billy Corgan was talking about, it still played things out as if it were some like silly, goofy thing that's also supposed to be taken seriously. Yes, this goofy sounding song sounds indeed goofy, and it's gonna take a while before the lyrics kick in to really get me to go, hey, I understand what the song is about, but I'm gonna ignore the goofiness for now, and only focus on what I'm hearing with only a straight face, until the moment where I manage to catch on, if I do catch on, that these lyrics are talking about a specific story involving cowboys. How about just play Red Dead Redemption 2 and stop? I said before that I am looking for albums that have entertaining sections in them, and while I do find some entertaining moments like this one right here that was at the end of this song, it doesn't make it any less of a burn that I have had to sit through 10 songs just to get to the ending of song 10 to find an actual good sounding moment. And when I say good sounding, I don't even necessarily mean good even outside of the context of this album, because again, it's attached and is a part of the song Hooray. I'm not adding this into my fucking playlist. I am not sitting through what is this album? What is with this album and sounding like it's from the previous decade? Has synthpop really not been advanced so far as to go to even look more like? This is the last song off of Act 1. This is going to be a separate video, because God help me, I am not listening to Act 2 in the same session. At least not without plenty of drugs. Alright, Kung Fury.
To live and not quite lose trust. Free and just be.
Fuck, there's still 2 minutes? Attack reload. Fuck! Damn it. Wait, no! Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, well, this thing's fucked. There we go. Alright. Oh, hey, the song's over. So my overall opinion of that song is that we have Blinded by the Light by The Weeknd at home. This album is not going to be a full listen for me. This is going to be the part 1 reaction, and that's it. I don't know when I'm going to finish part 2. It might be 3 years down the road that I finish part 2, but all that matters is that part 1 is done. I've got an idea of what this album is going for. Wow. Well, I found some neat little things to it. I guess that's fine enough. Not a total waste of time. The last part of Hooray is the best part in the entire first act. And if the first act ends on the gold mask, then overall, this has been an album part, and sometime later I'll get to the rest of it, but as of right now, I just want to enjoy the rest of my day off. Bye.